Peppa Pig is such an odd show. The entire logistics of the show is weird. But there has always been one character that stood out to me. It's not Daddy Pig. It's not Miss Rabbit. Not Freddy Fox. This character is so odd. She defies Peppa Pig logic. Yet she holds a position of power and is never seen doing anything of importance. She has such a dead look in her eye, you would believe she's just done with the world. And everyone seems to value her. You guessed it, the character is Dr. Hamster. Dr. Hamster is not from this world of Peppa Pig. She is an immortal being with supernatural powers that affect others around her. This is the Dr. Hamster theory. In order to establish all of her points, we must first establish that she does indeed have powers, and she can heal. Dr. Hamster gives very vague diagnoses whenever she's met with a sick animal. Could that be because she doesn't have to do anything? In A Day with Dr. Hamster, which is Season 7, Episode 54, Dr. Hamster invited Peppa and Susie to come be her helpers. In this episode, she gives her patients very vague and non-helpful advice and diagnosis, such as eat more or drink water, such as that. Even Peppa and Susie could have figured that out. But she does make eye contact with those, and they did come there for a reason. So could it be that she already healed it with her eyes? Another fact is that some of her pets, such as her pet tortoise, Tiddles, has powers as well. Could it be that she gave it to him? In Peppa Pig, Season 4, Episode 3, Tiddles, Mr. Hamster's main pet, climbs a tree, goes down a hill, and climbs a tree in a span of 35 seconds. Though this is not possible for a tortoise. Especially in the episode, Tiddles is seen moving at a very slow speed, meaning that Tiddles done this on purpose. To be blunt, there's simply no way a tortoise, even one as the tremendous Tiddles, could accomplish this feat of speed and agility in a span of 35 seconds. Gravity alone would slow him down, not to mention his slow speeds, metabolism, and lack of climbing skills. An average tortoise takes around 0.2 to 0.5 miles per hour at a normal day. And Tiddles goes a lot faster than this. If he was moving at this speed, it would take minutes, hours even. So this is impossible for a tortoise, especially as old as Tiddles. In this episode, Dr. Hamster seems to be annoyed rather than angry and concerned at Tiddles. If this was a normal pet, she would be concerned for a pet out of her pet's safety. But in this episode, she's annoyed because Tiddles has defied her. She gave Tiddles these powers to go this fast. But why would he defy her? Why? Why? This is clear that this establishes that she has powers, because she gives very vague diagnoses that do cure her pets and animals every single time, and Tiddles in his speed establishes that she can heal and grant powers to other animals, possibly even humans and big animals like that can talk and stuff like humans. Just because Dr. Hamster has powers does not mean that she's immortal. It makes no sense though, because she has powers, we've established that, but why would she be immortal? There's no point. There's no evidence. Is there? In Peppa Pig, animals follow certain patterns that coincide with our own associations with those animals. For example, foxes being sly, sneaky, Freddy Fox and his father have seemed to be implied to be stealing stuff. Elephants being wise, Eggman Elephant and his clever clocks attitude. And ponies being slow, sleepy, Pedro Pony always being late to class. But what about hamsters dying easily? Why is Dr. Hamster so old then? In Dr. Hamster's tortoise, she reveals Tiddles is 33 years old. If we assume Dr. Hamster got tittles around the time she was born, if not even when she was a bit older, that would put her above 33 years old. And clearly she looks older than that as well. Dr. Hamster looks around the age of Grandpa Rabbit. Old, but not older than Grandpa and Grandma Pig. If we follow Peppa Pig's logic of pets being about their classic stereotypes, and one classic hamster stereotype is hamsters dying in the most stupid ways. On the internet, there's so many different stories about hamsters faking their death, hamsters jumping off the bookcase and dying in the most stupid death, hamsters dying in the snow, hamsters locking themselves in a treasure chest. Why is Dr. Hamster a vet, a doctor, if she's so fragile and timid? With this fact, and the fact that she has tons of weird skills that someone very old or immortal will have, such as flying a plane. But just this establishes that she's old. Doesn't mean she's immortal, does it? Well, usually in Peppa Pig, if you don't follow a certain stereotype, then you will follow the exact opposite. With these facts, and the fact that she is immortal and has supernatural powers, and the fact she has a Northern England accent, clearing that she is not from Peppa Pigville land, or whatever this simple town is called. Also, Tittles is a pet known to be living for a long time. Mrs. Hamster also establishes that in the episode, Dr. Hamster's Tortoise. She establishes that tortoises live up to 100 to 150 years. That Rebecca Rabbit replies that that's almost as old as my grandfather, something like that. Dr. Hamster is immortal, and she has supernatural powers. So what? Why does this matter? While watching Peppa Pig, whenever Dr. Hamster needs help, there's always this one family that always comes to help. Yes, Peppa Pig and her family are always present, because that's the entire point of the show. But there's always one other family that's always there to assist no matter what, and has a very close connection with her. No, it's not another family of hamsters. It's the rabbits. In an episode, Miss Rabbit calls the Dr. Hamster Mum. That could also be just a little something you call your elders. But we have also seen Mr. Rabbit, which is Mrs. Mummy Rabbit's husband, favoritism to Dr. Hamster. For example, controlling road work in the favor of Dr. Hamster's vet clinics. Obviously, they have some kind of connection. There's so many instances where this happens. For example, Mr. Bull's new road, Mr. Rabbit is building acceptor on his site. He is more mad than Dr. Hamster whenever Mr. Bull wants to build a road on her clinic. Also, in Dr. Hamster's Big Present, Season 6, Episode 35, Dr. Hamster wants to exercise a bit, and Grandpa Rabbit builds her an exercise wheel. She doesn't even ask for the exercise wheel. Grandpa Rabbit just does it for her. So many instances, Miss Rabbit also assists her too. But clearly they have some kind of connection. But what would it be? Well, we all know Peppa Pig's trend of following associations with the characters. What about hamsters being fertile? We have never seen a Grandma Rabbit in Peppa Pig. What if Dr. Hamster had an association with Grampy Rabbit, but because obviously she lives forever, she can't be with him? But obviously, Dr. Hamster has done so much to help their family that everyone in the family, including Miss Rabbit's husband, feels the need to help. In the show, there's one other character other than Mrs. Hamster, Dr. Hamster. I could say, but I don't know if I could clearly call her a doctor without lying to myself a bit, because she doesn't actually help them as a doctor. She just heals them with her powers. But despite that, there's one other character in Peppa Pig that is very odd and has some supernatural powers, or at least we can assume so. Miss Rabbit. She's quite odd. She can be seen doing multiple tasks at once. She has a close connection with Dr. Hamster as well. We know Dr. Hamster is not from this town where Peppa Pig resides due to a Northern England accent. If you haven't noticed, Peppa Pig is not set in Northern England. If it is true that Dr. Hamster and Miss Rabbit both possess supernatural powers, perhaps Dr. Hamster was looking for a friend. Grandpa Rabbit was grateful for helping and supporting his daughter. He feels in her debt. The entire family is grateful. We can't be 100% sure what Dr. Hamster did to Mrs. Rabbit in order to have a family exhibit such gratitude. But maybe Dr. Hamster, Miss Rabbit, learned to control her powers that she so clearly has. Maybe Mrs. Rabbit's powers caused such a disaster in the past that caused Grandma Rabbit to die in a fatal accident. And now, ever since the accident that caused so many deaths, she feels the need to repair her damages by doing so many tasks around town. Even when Miss Rabbit was sick, she still felt the need to go help people. That's just the kind person she is. And Dr. Hamster, since she also has magic powers, she helped Miss Rabbit learn to control them. That is also why Dr. Hamster never came back to Northern England where she was born in this farm. It's clear everybody knows about this accident. Even Mrs. Rabbit's husband, where he feels in Dr. Hamster's debt in order to help Miss Rabbit. In this video, we established that Dr. Hamster can control animals with her eyes. She has a close personal connection with the rabbits. She is immortal. The entire town is aware of this from the accident, and she came to this town because of Miss Rabbit. But there's also one more thing, that could change the entire course of this theory. In this episode, Goldie the Fish, Season 3, Episode 23. In this episode, Dr. Hamster misdiagnoses Goldie the Fish. She said Goldie was cheered up from the bus ride that Goldie took in order to reach Mrs. Hamster's vet clinic. But Goldie the Fish had a cough right after she returned home. If Mrs. Hamster truly does have magic powers, why would she not heal Goldie the Fish? Could it be that she just wants more screen time? Wait. No way. Because, why would this... What? Why would Dr. Hamster want more screen time if she doesn't know this is a show? Unless she does. What if Dr. Hamster does know this is a show, and she knows Peppa Pig is the main characters, and she just wanted more screen time, and she wanted Peppa Pig to return to her vet clinic, so she purposely misdiagnoses Goldie the Fish so that way they can return to her vet clinic. This is quite similar to the Truman Show, except she's aware of this, but she's just a side character. Dr. Hamster was seen on a cruise ship with Peppa Pig. In the episode she was even mentioned in. Why was she on a cruise ship? Why would the animators purposely animate her on a cruise ship where she does not belong? This changes the entire course of this entire theory. Thanks for watching my first ever film theory on Peppa Pig, and I hope to make more theories about any show in the future. Make sure to comment your ideas. I want you to go watch an episode of Peppa Pig with this in mind, this immortal Peppa Pig, Dr. Rabbit theory.